All right, how's everybody? Had a good day today, I hope. It's been rainy here. Just bleh, one of those yucky, overcast, rainy kind of days. But that's not going to stop us from having some fun tonight. We're going to be opening Gypsy Queen Baseball by the half case, and it is the back half of a case and also the last of the Gypsy Queen that we have hanging around here. We may have a couple of unpaid teams. We'll revisit that shortly after we go over our information. So as we normally do, I am going to start by going over information so that we are all on the same page. So let's get rolling with that. So feedback, I get asked about that a lot, so that's why that's included here. So my feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get positive feedback in return. That's a big win-win. And of course, the other thing is to say thank you. I always appreciate you hanging out with me, bidding, breaking, and hopefully chatting, right? Keeping me company, maybe. And this is your shipping information for this particular break. So I am anticipating to have this out the door and on the way to you approximately Friday. As is always the case, that is plus or minus a day. So if the week is going very smoothly, maybe it gets out on Thursday. If something unexpected comes up, maybe it doesn't go out until Saturday. As it stands right now, my expectation is that we'll have it on the way to you Friday. Everybody's going to hit cards in here. There's a ton of cards in this break, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. Every single person is going to pull cards, and you're going to get a nice little package in the mail. This is what it looks like for the days ahead. So tomorrow night we have a new release. That is Mosaic Basketball. We're going to break it by the 6-box half case, and those are going to be loose boxes from a shared case. On Thursday night, it is TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys, a 5-box case of those, and that might be the last of them that I have too. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think they might be. Friday night, we'll start a tad earlier than normal at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and we have 2 new releases. We're going to open each of them. It will be a fairly long break on Friday night. We'll open first 6 boxes, which is a half case of Select Baseball. That's going to go first because it's faster. Then we're going to open the 6-box half case of Bowman Baseball. That one's going to take us a little bit longer. And those are going to be loose boxes from a shared case on Bowman half case. Saturday and Sunday are both going to be off nights. And what else do we need to know? I guess that's it on that page. Let me do something here, though. I have those opposite, don't I? Yeah, we usually do that in the opposite order. I kept thinking, wait a minute, something doesn't seem right. That's because I did it in the backwards order. All right, while I've got a second, I'm going to leave you hanging on the main screen there. Let me see where we are in terms of payment, if we're paid up or if we're not. Yeah, it looks like we've only got one team in here that isn't paid if somebody wants it. It's the Diamondbacks. Looks like they sold for, I don't know, $13 and some odd cents. If somebody wants it, let me know. If nobody does, we're not going to, lose our minds over that amount of money. I'm going to go ahead and fix the spreadsheet real quick to reflect that that is unpaid, and then we'll cruise right on down the road here. Well, at least I think we're going to. All right, there we go. Oops, yeah, now I got it fixed. I think the rain has entered my brain. All right, so this is a 5-box half case break of 2020 Gypsy Queen Baseball. And of course, this is break number 12. It's going to be our last break of Gypsy Queen for 2020. And this ended tonight on eBay, the same night we're breaking it, which is Tuesday night, the 19th of May. And the Diamondbacks, of course, unpaid. As noted, everything else you're going to see an eBay username across from the team name. For those of you who won some spots in here tonight, you should be able to match yourself up there with your team. Let me bring you back to me for a second, and then we'll see if anybody is interested in that other team or not. It looks like... yeah, Tim wants them. Okay, perfect. All right, Tim, here's what I am going to do for you, my friend. I am typing in here my email address that I use for PayPal. Now, this is like an OG email from 100 years ago. I don't check it for correspondence. So if you send me correspondence there, I'm literally never going to see it. But I do use it for PayPal payments because I'm too lazy to go in and change all those things that I originally set up. So if you want to shoot over the PayPal payment for that, let me go back in and update the spreadsheet real quick to reflect that you have picked the team up, and let me also go in here to eBay and get it ended out of there for that person since we have found a home for it. And come on now. Tim, do you have other teams in here tonight? If you do, just the $13. If you don't have other teams in here, usually we add a little shipping, but most of the time people who are in here have other teams in here, so you don't have to worry about that. And so let me just update the spreadsheet here real quickly. All right, we got that done. And I will put that up there again so you can see I fixed it. Yay, I fixed it to show that it's you. And I've got one more little thing to do on my side, and then I can get started on this end. Yeah, Tim, you got the Brewers in here. Perfect then. Sure, sounds good. Then we'll just ship this with the Brewers, your Diamondbacks, so you can just send over the 13. I'm not worried about the whatever cents is fine, and we're not going to worry about the shipping. You've already got a team coming, so that's fine too. I mean, you're helping me out, obviously, picking up this unpaid stuff, so we'll just roll right on down the road like that. All right. I'm going to change up the focus right now. You're going to notice that your background is about to get blurry. At least I think it is, if I can manage to click the right thing here. And that is intentional. I don't want you to worry about that. We're going to still be able to see all the cards nice and close and personal. It just throws the background out of focus a little to let us look at that. And then, so Tim, if you want to just give me a heads up when you have the PayPal done, I would appreciate it. And just making sure you don't have any problems with that. And meanwhile, let's see who else I need to say hi to in here. CW is here, and Jay Allen and Nick. Oh, Jay Allen, yeah, he's got that nice little rookie cup as the logo. What do you call them? Not logo. What am I trying to say? Why can't I think of what I'm trying? Why can't I think of the word? I'm literally blanking on the word. The avatar. There you go. Your avatar for YouTube. Yeah, see, I'm slow, but eventually. Eventually I get it. And John is here. Hi, John. Dylan Will is joining us as well. And so is Patches, Cards, and Collectibles. You said, did you send me a message on eBay? About what? I don't know. Did you? I last checked my messages with just a couple minutes to go before the break because, well, maybe 5 minutes before because I had to get set up, something like that. All right, we have 3 Chrome box loaders to start things off. And the first one is for the Nationals. It's numbered to 150, and that is Patrick Corbin. But the last time I checked messages, Patches, Cards, and Collectibles, I did not have a message from you. But what is your question? Maybe I can answer it for you here. Then we have the Brewers with a Christian Yelich and my little Cincinnati Reds. Oh, maybe it'll be a good night for you if you have the Reds. That is Suarez, and that is another, of course, Chrome box loader. Oh, CW said profile pic. Well, true, yes, but avatar is what I was trying to think of. But yeah, you're probably right. It should be called profile picture anyway. I think that's probably right. Dylan Will, you said save the Acuñas. Yeah, well, we don't have any more Gypsy Queen after this, so there's nothing to save back, man. This is the last of it. Yeah, we're starting on Bowman comes in on Friday, so we'll have some Bowman, we'll have some Select, and I guess what's happening is I had already been cut back once on Bowman, and to begin with, getting less than normal because Topps apparently cut people back. And then I guess Topps made another cut 3 or 4 days ago, and then I got cut again from another distributor. And then that same distributor also said they're not even getting all of their order in. Something like Topps is only sending them 25% of what they're supposed to get, which is already a reduced number, and that they're not going to send them the other 75% until next week or something crazy like that. So I'm going to end up with, I don't know what, it's going to be kind of a mess, I think. I'm going to have a whole lot less of some stuff than I expected, and not everything that's due in is going to be in on time, and I don't know. I think it's suffice to say, I think we're going to have a lot of that going on for the next probably at least month or two as these companies try to get caught up on their production schedules instead of printing the same amounts and then just continually being behind. I think they've decided to print less of things and try to get caught up faster or something. I don't know. Tim, you got PayPal squared away. Thank you, sir. Jay Allen, you are headed off to bed. You need sleep, but you are looking for Phillies and Rockies. All right, we're going to work on that. Oh, patches, cards, and collectibles. You messaged me about your team. Oh, well, sorry, my friend. I did not have a message on the last little bit there before I checked, and I sent out a reminder message to let everybody know to get their payments in. And yeah, so unfortunately, my friend, if you should have maybe jumped in right at the start here, and we could have still gotten you paid and squared away, but now, of course, we've already gone down the road, so sorry about that. Okay, so there are several different things we can find in here. We can find missing nameplates. We can find logo swap cards. There are Jackie Robinson Day parallels. There can be Armed Forces, like Memorial Day type parallels. Lots of other things too, but those are the ones that we would most commonly find. There is a subset of cards that have the bazooka backs, and for those subset of cards, obviously that's why we quickly flip through the back there looking for those. If we find any, I'll let you know. They're not technically short prints anymore, but they are still subsets. We'll find lots of these. They are fortune teller minis. That particular one is Vlad Guerrero Jr. for the Toronto Blue Jays. And now occasionally we may have a card go by here that has a variation that you see that I don't see. Because sometimes I'm looking, there's a lot of stuff going on with all these cards. Plus I'm glancing over at chat and keeping conversation flowing and all that. So if you see one go by that I don't catch, please feel free to jump in there, type it into chat, and I can go back and locate it. But also, everything ships in here. So no matter what, you're going to get it if it's in here. So we do have a bazooka back here in our very first box, and that is for the Blue Jays with a little Danny Jansen insert. And then we also have out of this same stack our first blank nameplate of the night. And that one is David Dahl for the Colorado Rockies. So trying to think, what else do we talk about? There's 2 on-card autographs per box. I don't know if I mentioned that yet or not, but there is. It's an Aaron Judge for the Yankees. There are also tarot inserts. We haven't seen any of those yet, but I feel sure that we will see some before we get finished up. There are black and white parallels. If we find those, they're numbered to 150. There are a couple of different shades of blue parallels. Those are numbered to various things. We'll, of course, stop on those if we find them. And this is Bobby Bradley for the Indians, and it is numbered to 99. You've got a logo swap and the autograph there. So the Cleveland Indians have the first hit of the night in regards to autographs. We've had some other little parallels and things, I kind of consider those hits, but not everybody does. So here's our tarot. First one of these we've seen tonight, and that is for the Astros, and it is George Springer. And what else have we got going? Let's look through the backs of these, although since we already found a bazooka in this box, it would be unlikely we'd find another one in there, but we'll still look to make sure. And just as an FYI, it has been kind of rainy, stormy, whatever here all day. So I'm right now it's raining but not storming, so I think we'll be fine. But usually if it gets to be bad weather, I try to warn you guys. This is Mike Trout 250 blue border parallel for the Angels. And basically it's just as simple as this. If we were to, for some reason, have the feed drop out, you know, if I had a power surge or any other weirdness or the power went out or whatever, it's Bo Bichette with a tarot. Just know that I would get us back up and running as quickly as I could. Hopefully that won't happen though. Tarot for the Rockies. Generally speaking, like if the internet went out, say, for instance, but the power didn't go out, I would keep going through the break and it would record locally, meaning records to my laptop, and I would upload it because then there would be no break, if you know what I mean. There would be no gap in it. But if obviously if I lost power, we'd have a gap in everything and I'd have to just bring it back up. But that doesn't happen very often. This is a black and white Hunter Dozier. It is numbered 250. And I guess they are starting to say that we are going to probably be seeing some pro sports come back in June, it sounds like, without fans. But I guess like New York and California, maybe Texas, I think was the other one. They're all kind of giving their blessing to say, yeah, you can start coming back in June with no fans and that sort of thing. So maybe we're not too far off. There is a Jackie Robinson. That one is for the Dodgers. That is a high number short print. Anything that is 301 or higher is a short print in this product. They are generally retired Hall of Famer type guys like Jackie Robinson when we see them in here. So mini on the back. We'll pull him first. Ohtani for the Angels, followed by Michael Chavez for the Red Sox. Of course, all the new rules they have for baseball are quite interesting. I'm sure most of you have seen some of that by now, but it's like no sunflower seeds, no spitting, no tobacco, what do you call that? Chewing tobacco. They can't high five. They can't stay in the dugout. They're going to have to set up in the stands and set X amount of feet apart. They're not allowed to shake hands. They're not allowed to shower. They have to shower before they get there or after they leave. This is for the Cubbies. It's Rizzo. And this would appear to be one of our like Armed Forces Day kind of deal. You can see there by the camo and stuff. So that's one of the, we don't see those as often. So that's nice. Trying to think what the other ones were like. Oh yeah, no saunas, no cryotherapy, no something else in there they couldn't do. But they're going to be pretty clamped down, and it's going to be weird though, right? I mean, you're going to be able to hear everything the other team says. You're going to be able to hear everything everybody says. Because, yeah, it's going to be in an empty stadium. No trash can banging with that, huh? Austin Meadows and the Tampa Bay Rays is our second autograph here out of box number 1 tonight. So there you go. First box of 5 in the books. hearing some kind of, I don't know what sound. Maybe it's rain outside. I don't know. I keep hearing something that sounds funky, and I can't figure out what it is, so I guess it is outside. All right, we've got a blue parallel, first of our chrome for the Oakland A's, Chris Davis to 150. Then for the Cardinals, a little Paul DeJong, followed by the Dodgers, Gavin Lux. CW said not too shabby there out of the first box. Yeah, the first half of this case was really pretty good the other night, so I'm hopeful that the second half of it will be equally good. Usually they are. When you get kind of what seems like a hot case in the first half, it usually really is a hot case kind of the whole way through. So hopefully that's going to be the case. You guys said Austin Meadows is legit. Yeah, I mean, Austin Meadows certainly is, has been good. Trying to think how often we've pulled him out of here. I want to say we've pulled him out of here before. I mean, not out of this case, but out of Gypsy Queen 2020. I want to say we pulled him out of here before, but I wouldn't swear to it. I have got so many things that I open and sort and ship in any given time frame. My poor old brain cannot keep it all straight, unfortunately. But I am looking forward to Bowman on Friday, of course. Obviously, getting less than normal is a bummer. And the fact that they release Select Baseball on the same day. I mean, come on. We've been waiting forever to get new product, and they're going to release 2 baseball products on the same day, which take a long time to break. So you'd think they might spread that stuff out, wouldn't you? But no. Austin Meadows and the Rays on the mini. Like, for instance, if we could have gotten one of them Wednesday and the other one Friday, how nice would that have been? Then we could have done them as a full case break, but that's all right. It'll still work out fine. We have another black and white parallel. This one is for the Tigers. It is numbered to 50 with Tyler Alexander. From everything I've seen thus far, we are going to be looking at twice-a-week releases for most weeks, at least till they get caught up. We're generally going to get stuff on Wednesdays and Fridays. It's how it looks anyway. We've got ourselves an Aaron Judge parallel Players Weekend. That's one I forgot to mention earlier. So he's in a Players Weekend uniform, and he also has the logo swap there at the top. So that's got a double variation, I guess, is the easiest way to say it. I guess will we have a Players Weekend this year? Maybe not. It's the Cardinals with the mini. Obviously, we're not going to have all-star games or any of that. Well, I say obviously, but I would assume that we won't with the shortened season. So Players Weekend probably is a no-go too, I would think. They did announce that the Belmont is going to be run in June, and it will be, I thought I felt a mini, but I didn't. So it's going to be the first leg of the Triple Crown. You know, normally it's the last one. It's going to be the first leg. That is a blank nameplate Alex Bregman for the Astros. And here's the real kicker of the thing. They're shortening the distance. It's usually 1.5 miles, and they are going to make it, I think, 1.125 miles. So how strange is that? So the Derby's going to be the middle leg this year. The Preakness is going to be the back end of it. Derby's in September, Preakness in October, and then the Belmont still going to be in June, but at a short distance, so really weird. Yeah, I know we have an autograph up there. I just decided to set it up there and let it hang out for a minute and go through some more of these other cards first. That is a blue border Moncada to 250 for the White Sox. Mainly because, well, I don't like finding the autographs real early because then, you know, it takes kind of a little of the juice out of the rest of the stuff to look through, doesn't it? I think it does. So we just shuffled it back there for a minute. Oh, Tim, you said you tried for the Yankees and then you didn't get them. Oh man, I'm sorry. That is too bad, man. I am sorry to hear that. All right, let's look at the backs of these. Paul says, oh, he thinks we're going too fast. Well, Paul, we stop on obviously anything that is an insert or a hit in any way. But, you know, when there's this many base cards in here, I mean, you can't, like, do this and this and this. I mean, you could, but we'd be here for 2 hours. So there's Hira for the Brewers with a mini. So the base cards, again, all the cards ship in here. So you're going to get all the cards that you have coming to you from your team. But we're just going to stop on short prints, variations, numbered cards, autographs, you know, the stuff that you would normally stop on in a break. Logan Allen. There's another one out for the Indians. Cleveland's on fire tonight. That is their second autograph out. There's a mini for the Yankees. That was Gleyber Torres coming out of there. And there's our other autograph. See, told you, when you find one, they just want a bunch right up there. That's why we kind of sorted one out a little bit off to the side so we could have one sort of way towards the end a little bit anyway. And there was a tarot, which we'll go back and pick up here in a second, but it was close to the end of this stack, so it was easier just to grab it after the fact. And that one is Mr. Yordan Alvarez for the Astros. There's another tarot. Again, we'll go back and grab it here in a second because there's one more. They come out in little clusters, don't they? Yeah, sometimes they do. All right, our tarots. One of them is Rafael Devers, and that is for the Red Sox. And the other one is Mr. Acuna for the Braves. Here's this autograph that we deferred for a second, and it is Dwight Smith Jr., and that is out for the Baltimore Orioles. That's our second autograph out of our second box. All right, box number 2 in the books. Alex wants to know what autographs have come out so far. Well, Austin Meadows for the Tampa Bay Rays and Dwight Smith Jr. for the Orioles. And I could not tell you the other two, but they're the Indians because there are 2 for the Indians. One might have been Bobby Bradley. I don't remember the other one. But we do recap it at the end, Alex. So at the end of the night, we'll go through all of our variations, our short prints, our numbered cards, our box loaders, our autographs. I mean, we recap a lot at the end. So that's numbered to 99, and it is Pete Alonso for the Mets with the blue parallel. And there's another Met. How about that? Conforto Mets kind of box loader pack. And the Philadelphia Phillies get Realmuto. Uh-oh. El Freebird says we missed a logo swap. All right, let's go back and find it. Let's go back and find it. He says he saw one go by that I missed. Thank you for that. That's why I tell you guys, be my eagle eyes and help me out. Because you know what? Maybe one hits right at the time I'm looking over there to glance at chat. And then there you go. You see it and I don't. There it is. Thank you very much. We grabbed it out of there. It was the Padres And thank you, L. Freebird, for that. Kirby Yates logo swap. And of course, again, anybody else, if you notice one, please, please flag it in chat. I will absolutely go back and find it if we miss it, or if you see it and I miss it, more to the point. Of course, I'd find it hopefully in chat anyway, or in chat. Hopefully we would find it in sorting anyway. If I don't catch it and you guys don't catch it and put it in chat, I would normally find it when we sort, but I'd still always rather catch it live if we can. Yeah, CW is telling you too you had a good eye, so we appreciate you, sir, on catching that. Or it could be ma'am, just says L. I don't know why I said sir, it could be ma'am. We'll just say we appreciate you, Freebird. How about that? CW says teamwork makes the dream work. That sounds like, and yes, that is true, but it reminds me of, you know how you would see all those, I don't know, motivational posters, I guess they're called, that some workplaces used to hang up many years ago. You know, always would say stuff like that on them. See a little series of motivational posters in your workplace. Of course, that's been a long time ago. I don't imagine they do that sort of stuff much anymore. And we have ourselves a short print for the Dodgers, and that is Mr. Sandy Koufax. And we'll see if we can find any more. I don't remember how many bazookas we found out of the first half of this. And Jay Allen's already gone off to bed. He's usually really good about remembering what's come out of what. He's way better at remembering that than I am. And you would think it would be the opposite. You would think if you're the person doing the breaking that you would be more likely to remember. But that's never been the case for me. I can watch somebody else's break and remember far more easily what comes out of it than breaks I do myself. All right, it is Xander Bogaerts for the Boston Red Sox, and that is a little Jackie Robinson day. So we've had a little of everything. Salute to Armed Forces, Jackie Robinson Day. We found quite a few little parallels in here. Of course, our normal stuff, too. That little Gypsy Queen there went for the Mets, or tarot, to be more specific. You can hear my kitty down there protesting about something. I don't know what. For the Marlins to 150, little blue border. Yeah, I bet they're getting ready to fight. You may hear them go running by in a minute. They're making a little weird sound. Brendan McKay, mini. Tampa Bay Rays. Sometimes those little sounds are followed by an all-out chase, a high-speed chase. Not one of those low-speed, you know, follow the white Bronco down the freeway. No, more like a 200-mile-an-hour chase. We have another bazooka back. This one is for the Oakland A's. Little Sean Murphy for the A's. So a pair of bazookas so far. Not too bad. White Sox, Dylan Cease, mini. And what do we got else? Probably no more because we found one in this box, but still, we'll look anyway, right? Yeah, we will. CW, did you like that bazooka one? I just see you just typed in bazooka. Is that like bazooka, like, yay, like it's yours? Or just informational? Well, who do we have here? It is Taylor Ward for the Angels. with an autograph. I believe first one out of this box, and this is box number 3. Yeah, I've often wondered, do they do the chat replay? When you guys watch these after the break is uploaded, does it show the chat again or not? It never used to, but I think it might now. For the Tampa Bay Rays, Austin Meadows to 250 with the blue border. Because if it does, you know, that would, having stuff typed in there like that would actually help people who watch with the volume down, because a lot of people do that. The Pirates, Marte. There is a blank nameplate for Tatis and the Padres. But I don't know for sure if it does or not. Oh, Phil says it does. Okay, cool. Cool, that's good to know. CW, you don't have any bazooka backs yet for your team? Tell me who your team is again in here tonight. Maybe we can try to get some mojo flowing in the right direction. Little Cincinnati Reds have Nick Senzel on a mini. Hoping he comes back well after that surgery. And after they messed with his swing. Why did they mess with that kid's swing? I mean, he was doing fine. And then they get in there and try to jack around with him and just messed him all up. And then he wasn't hitting worth anything. It was terrible. And then he ended up injured and having to go get surgery anyway. So, I guess in the end of the day, who knows if the swing adjustment caused the mishap or the mishap caused the swing adjustment. But either way, I hope he comes back like he was before. Yamamoto to 99, blue border, Miami Marlins. Because I don't like that. Who's that kid in basketball they messed up real badly? It's the Astros, Verlander. Oh, I know that kid's name. Markelle Fultz. Yeah. You know, he got to the pros and they tried to do something with him and he just fell apart. He finally ultimately got traded. I think he's down. Is he playing for the Heat now, maybe? It's a mini for Mike Trout. But he had been a #1 overall draft pick, and I mean, it was the strangest looking thing you've ever seen. He had no flow to his shot. None. He couldn't even shoot a free throw. It was just bizarre. Sometimes these coaches get in these kids' heads and mess them up. CW, you are desperate for a Juan Soto autograph. All right. Well, we will try to find you a Juan Soto autograph. I'd like to find that. Ah, Jordan, you like the Yamamoto? All right, good. And CW is a Yamamoto fan too. Okay, well, that's good. Number to 99, it is Alex Bregman. That is, of course, again, our box loader minis. The first one there with the blue border, followed by Max Scherzer and the Nationals. And then there come the White Sox with Dylan. Dylan's and everything. And then we'll, I guess, hopefully we'll find something big booming hit here in this one in the next box. For those of you who are still waiting on something big and booming for your team, hopefully we'll find it here out of these last couple of boxes. I will be sad to see Gypsy Queen go because I do like this product a lot, but I'm really stoked that we have Bowman coming on Friday. And I just wish I was getting the normal amount of it. I'm bummed that I'm getting cut back because I usually have a pretty good amount of Bowman because I always order a lot of it. And even though they never give you as much as you ask for, you do usually get at least what you had the year before and sometimes a little bump. So to have to go backwards this year is dreadful. Of course, you know, what are we going to do? If that's our only worry, I guess we'll be all right, won't we? Okay, onward and upward we go. Blank nameplate, Arizona. The D-backs with Cole Calhoun. Oops, logo swap. Tampa Bay Rays, Tyler Glasnow. Eventually we'll go in that sleeve, and eventually we'll see what he looks like on the mound. Oh, we found an autograph early for the Blue Jays. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. for Toronto. Oh, see, they just chased each other right then. But it wasn't a 200-mile-an-hour one. That was kind of a half-hearted chase. Paul DeJong and the Cardinals. And really delayed. Normally, if they start making those little sounds, they're coming after each other pretty soon. But they stuffed it down that time. Keston Hiura for the Brewers. All right. There's a blue border Texas Ranger. Number to 150. That is Runed. Is it this upcoming Monday that's Memorial Day? Does anybody remember? Honestly, since all this has been going on, half the time I don't even know the day of the week. I have to stop and think about, like, what is today again? What's the day of the week? What's the date on the calendar? I mean, I lose track of it somehow. But I'm thinking Memorial Day might be Monday. That doesn't even seem possible, but yet I think it is. We are really flying through this year, that's for sure. A high number short print for the Cubbies. That would be the one and only Sammy Sosa. He says, yeah, it is. Okay, Tim says it is Memorial Day on Monday, so I got to remember that. We don't have any post office on Monday. Oy. Nothing picked up, nothing delivered. Gleyber Torres, Yankees, mini. Yeah, I spoke to one of the people at the post office who's a little, I guess, was higher up, I guess, than my regular carrier, to try to find out why sometimes my stuff is taking so long to get delivered or get scanned. Like, it scans right away when they pick it up, but then Tampa Bay Rays mini, it'll go to a distribution center and then maybe not scan again. Some of them have gone 3 weeks in between scans and taken over a month to be delivered, and that's happened more than once. Others are still getting delivered relatively on time, and then some are, you know, maybe normally would have been 2 days, instead they take 5 or 6. But it's been kind of all over the map. For the Giants, that is Jalen Davis. It's numbered to 250 with a blue border parallel. And he said that the reason is because not most, but I guess most around here anyway, of the distribution centers are really short-staffed. Because apparently, that is for the Yankees with the tarot, they all have the option to take off work if they don't have childcare or if they don't feel safe coming into work, which is, I guess, true of most places these days. And he said that they still get paid. They don't have to use sick days or vacation days or anything. Doesn't count against any of that. And they still get paid, I think he said 75% of their normal wages. And that's for however long they stay home, whether it was 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, whatever. So he says that he knows that there are some people in the distribution centers that are just kind of saying whatever and using it to get a little extra vacation. And he thinks that's what's happening. So I don't know if that's right or not, but that's his insider insight anyway. Ooh, here's a nice one for the Cubbies with Nico. Nico Horner. I want to say somebody was looking for Nico in the first half of this maybe. So hopefully, if whoever that was has them tonight too. For the Braves, that was a tarot. And there's another tarot, this one the Angels. But I mean, wouldn't we all be kind of tempted by that? If somebody said, oh, hey, you can stay home, still make 75% of what you were making. You don't have to use vacation days or sick days. Wouldn't you be kind of like, yeah, all right. Because, I mean, who wants to go to work and risk getting sick? Have all that going on, so. All right, we are in our last box of our last bit of 2020 Gypsy Queen. So we're going to try to hope for a little double last box mojo tonight because it's the last box of the last case of 2020 Gypsy Queen. Javi Baez, numbered to 150, Cubbies. And then we have Willens for the Twins. And for the Yankees, Glaber. CW says it's a lot better than getting laid off. Well, for sure, for sure. You know, of course, a lot of the people who have gotten laid off, it helps that they get the unemployment regular, of course, wouldn't help very much. But when you add in that $600 extra a week from the federal government, that definitely helps those folks out a little bit too. But they probably, I don't know if they would still be at the 75% of what they were making before or not. Some would be, like if you were a server or something in the gig economy where a lot of your income depended upon tips, you might be okay. But if you're salaried, you know, that might not make up your 75%. Plus, I've heard a lot of people are having difficulty getting their benefits started. You know, when they finally get them going, I guess they do get all the back benefits they're due. But I guess most places are pretty overwhelmed with requests and they don't have enough people working in the unemployment offices to get everything processed. And so you hear these horror stories of people having to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks to get their unemployment checks and stuff. So, and then of course we got the stimulus checks. I haven't gotten mine yet. Everybody else I know has gotten theirs. I haven't gotten mine. Like, hey man, where's mine? So I don't know. I guess eventually it's going to show up, but they haven't sent me my federal tax refund either. Got my state one, but I did not get my federal one. So I don't know what in the world's going on with that. But anyway, I think it's, you know, they process it really quickly when you owe them money. But they process it really slowly when they owe you money. John, you said most people you know are making more than what they were making in their day-to-day job. Oh, well, all right, then that's good. I mean, I think that's the whole purpose of having that extra unemployment kick in. They're trying to keep the economy from tanking, so they're trying to keep everybody on the upright. So I say, hey, if you're making more, that's all right too. So much the better. I mean, everybody pays into that unemployment insurance, so sometimes you got to use it. Archie Bradley, blank nameplate, Arizona Diamondbacks. On the back, I felt that many. Nick Senzel for the Reds. And I do think it's nice that they let it apply this time to self-employed folks and, you know, like your Uber drivers and people who work as independent people, like hairdressers, and you work at nail salons and servers and maybe some of those places that wouldn't have always been able to get unemployment in the past can get it now, so that helps some too. Well, yeah, John, you're right. He says he feels bad for the frontline workers who are not making much more money and they're out there having to deal with all that. I know a lot of places have been giving them bonuses, though. Hazard pay, kind of, for lack of a better word. I think a large number of the grocery stores are doing that, and like Walmart's doing that, and a number of places are giving them either bonuses or extra per hour. I think maybe Amazon just gives an extra number of dollars per hour, that sort of thing. Mike Trout mini, Tampa Bay Rays mini for Brendan McKay. But yeah, for sure, you know, there's always the question of, is it worth the risk for those extra few dollars? A logo swap for the Brewers, and that is Ryan Braun. But hopefully we're on the downside of this thing anyway, hopefully. First autograph out of the last box, and it heads to the Yankees with Estrada. So one more left to find, and then, of course, whatever other variations and things we might find. And then following that, after we look through the last of everything, we'll come back and do our recap. At the conclusion of the recap, I will once again put up there the spreadsheet information. So if you missed that earlier, you can get a peek at when you can expect your items to ship. Dylan Cease for a mini. And we'll also once again take a look at the breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. So that'll all be after we finish looking at these and after we finish our recap. Bryce Harper, Tarot. Oh, my iPad's trying to go to sleep on me over there. I actually thought I had that set so that it didn't ever try to sleep anymore, but I guess it didn't. Apparently not. Carl Yastrzemski, that is a high number short print for the Red Sox. And George Springer for the Astros brings us a Players Weekend. Those were seriously the ugliest uniforms. I'll be really glad if we don't ever see those again. I don't even know why they did that. Solid black and solid white. Like, who wanted that? Whose great idea was that? They were ugly. I'd rather see the backs of them anyway, and then you get to see the fun nicknames, you know? Like, who cares about seeing them from the front, honestly? Take a picture of the back. The Texas Rangers, Guzman, black and white parallel, numbered 250. And that is a Bellinger Tarot. And a Bellinger, or not a Bellinger, another one for the Dodgers. That one is Buehler for the Dodgers. All right, one more little group to see here. It does give us a blue parallel for the Cardinals, numbered to 250. That is Austin Dean. And our last autograph out is for the Diamondbacks with David Peralta. And it's numbered to 50. It's the black and white parallel for David Peralta and the Diamondbacks. So ends up not being a bad pickup. At least we didn't send you home empty-handed. Actually, a lot of times when people pick up the unpaid teams, they end up getting something out of it. So worked out well. All right, let me get our stacks over here for our various recaps. We will start off with our box loaders. I'm going to go ahead and just pull the ones that are numbered. We'll set them separately and do them last. And these are the unnumbered ones that we'll plow through first. So you've got Yankees, Twins, White Sox, Nationals, Phillies, Mets, Dodgers, Cardinals, Reds, and Brewers. Those are your unnumbered chrome parallel box loaders. Here come the numbered ones. The Nationals to 150. The Oakland A's 150. The Mets to 99. The Astros to 99. And the Cubbies to 150. So that is all of the box loaders. Now we'll look at our variations here. But Players Weekend, Astros, high number short for the Red Sox, logo swap, Brewers, blank nameplate, Diamondbacks, high number short print, Cubs, logo swap, Rays, blank nameplate, Diamondbacks, blank nameplate, Padres. This one, what is this one? Bazooka back for the A's. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with them? Yeah, a little slow, I know. Jackie Robinson Day for the Red Sox, high number short for the Dodgers, a logo swap Padre, blank nameplate Astros. This is Players Weekend and logo swap for the Yankees. This is a Salute to Armed Forces Day, Memorial Day, whatever you want to call it. It is for the Cubbies, high number short, Dodgers, blank nameplate Rockies, and Bazooka back for the Toronto Blue Jays. Numbered cards that are not chrome and do not have autographs attached to them. The Angels to 250, Cardinals to 250, Rangers to 50, the Giants 250, Rangers 150, Tampa Bay Rays 250, the Marlins 150 to 250. That is the White Sox to straight up 50. The black and white parallel out for the Tigers. And then another black and white parallel to 50 for the Royals. Followed by the autographs. Black and white parallel to 50, the Diamondbacks, David Peralta. Then you have an autograph for the Yankees with Estrada. An autograph for the Cubbies with Nico Gurriel with some ink for the Blue Jays. Blue border Yamamoto Marlins numbered to 99. Taylor Ward and the Angels. Dwight Smith Jr. Orioles. Followed by Logan Allen for the Indians. And a little Austin Meadows for the Tampa Bay Rays. And finally, Bobby Bradley, logo swap, autograph, Indians. All right, there's our break and our recap. As I promised, I'm next going to give you a little peek at spreadsheet info one more time here tonight. So expecting this to be out the door and on the way to you approximately Friday, as is always the case. If I can get something out to you sooner than that, I gladly and happily will do so. And if something goes off the rails with the week, it could slide a day later. As it stands right now, anticipated shipping date, I believe, will be Friday. And of course, every team pulled cards in here, so we do not have to worry about consolation cards. Everybody's going to have a nice little stack of cards headed their way. Here's what it looks like in the days ahead. Tomorrow night we have a new release. Tomorrow it's called Mosaic Basketball. So we're going to break it by the half case. I expect that to be loose boxes from a shared case. There will be 6 of them. On Thursday, it'll be a case of TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. That is the last of the Game Day Greats jerseys, I believe. I always say I believe because sometimes I find more. But that's all I think I have anyway. Then tomorrow night, or Friday night rather, we're going to start a little bit earlier than normal, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. There will be 2 new releases that night. They're both baseball, Select Baseball, Bowman Baseball. We will open a half case of each one. Select will be first, Bowman second. The Bowman may be loose boxes from a shared case, and that will be kind of a long break. So bring a snack. Bring a snack, bring a friend, bring a beverage. Then Saturday and Sunday night will both be off nights. And then, so that is it, I guess, for me tonight. So as always, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. And if I don't see you again tomorrow night, hey, come back and see me anytime. I always enjoy having the company. So stay safe and stay healthy, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.